Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine and say hello to Rocco.
Hi, Rocco Gibson here.
Recording artist, chef, yoga instructor, and he's showing us how to start the day on a positive note. And while we're hanging out with Rocco, get ready for a dose of healthy vibes for mind, body, and spirit.
Voila! And then you just dip and you enjoy. There you have it.
Hi guys. Tales from the Tao, verse 60. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. How I take this is not pushing too much, not trying too hard, just letting things be. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. You spoil it with too much poking. In other words, if you're meddling too much, if you're interfering too much, you're going to defeat the purpose of what you want to do. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Focus on the good, focus on your goal, and don't waste too much energy worrying about the obstacles. Handle the obstacles as they come, but do it in a centered way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. In other words, leave evil alone, don't provoke, don't antagonize, and that's going to fix half of your problems right there. So I'm going to read this one more time. Governing a large country is like frying a small fish. I can't read today. You spoil it with too much poking. Center your country in the Tao, and evil will have no power. Not that it isn't there, but you'll be able to step out of its way. Give evil nothing to oppose, and it will disappear by itself. So, my interpretation, don't meddle, just do your best, focus on the positive, focus on your goal, don't waste your time worrying about anything that could go wrong, don't try to be overprotective, just let things breathe, let things be, and you'll be working with the Tao. Hey guys, so I am going to just let you know how the week has been. What you see here, this has been the past 2 days, with the exception of maybe just, doing a couple of little things that I needed to do. But my body is fighting a little something. There's a lot of bugs that are going around right now. And on a scale from 1 to 10, the fatigue I have is about probably a 15. It is difficult to even sit up without my head feeling dizzy, and without the need to just lay back down. In fact, even laying down feels tiring, if that makes sense. And the reason why I'm sharing this is, not to, announce to the world, oh my God, I'm sick. I don't do that. But to just kind of let you know what my thought process is and how I view this. Basically, it's either one of two things. It's either a fatigue attack, which I do get regularly, as I've stated previously. And when they do hit, it's a very specific kind of fatigue. It's not, sleep deprivation. It's not caffeine withdrawal. It's not. You literally feel like what I would picture someone in their 90s to feel like. You have that energy level, and it's almost like you're feeling energetic and at your norm, and then your energy just starts to deflate, and the next thing you know, you have to go to sleep. And once you wake up, you are in this, you've been transformed into one of Hades' members. You just feel very listless. You just feel a lot of malaise. I mean, that's pretty much what your norm is until it passes. And it's not like sleeping will cure it. It's not like caffeine will cure it. It's just one of those things where you have to let it pass. And the blessing, though, is if you're someone like me who literally never stops, this forces you to stop. It forces you to rest and recuperate, and then it releases you, and then it lets you go when it wants to. And the other possibility is that, maybe I have a little bug that's going on, but here's the thing. I don't have any symptoms beyond regular allergies. I don't have any COVID symptoms. I don't have any, any symptoms of the flu. Nothing like that. This is just like hardcore fatigue and sleepies. And I had to call out from work today and yesterday because I just did not have, I don't have the energy to do screenings for people. My brain is just not going to process what it needs to. I don't have the energy to do that. What I do with this is surrender myself to the situation. It doesn't mean don't try to get better. It doesn't mean don't try to do your best. It means that, rather than, oh my God, why is this happening? No, that's a waste of time. It is happening. So you got to deal with it. And guess what? There's plenty of silver linings going on. Hey, I'm comfortable. I have a roof over my head. I have time at my job where I can do this. I could be working, for example, at in a place where if you call out, you lose a day's pay. Fortunately, that's not the case for me. So I'm blessed in many ways. But and this, if it is what I think it is, if it's the fatigue spell, then I know it's going to pass. It always does. I just have to kind of build myself back and not push it. But yeah, that's what's going on. Hi guys, we are going to be making chicken piccata, one of my favorites. These are the ingredients mainly. I might be missing one or two, but if I am, you'll see them later in the video. So we got chicken. We have a pasta of your choice. We're gonna use thin spaghetti. We have butter. We have flour in a bowl. And by the way, also black pepper, because you're gonna wanna add a little bit in the flour. Capers, white wine of your choice. I'm doing just a basic store-bought white cooking wine. Mushrooms, they're optional. I love mushrooms and so does Chris, so we're gonna add that in. Lemons, garlic, and parsley. Add pepper, give it a stir. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is pound your chicken. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the meat and you're going to cover it with either plastic wrap, wax paper, something that's going to keep it contained. You're gonna take a rolling pin and you are just going to get really mad and you're going to just beat the crap out of it. You feeling lucky, punk? So next thing we're gonna wanna do is start heating up our water and add your salt. I've prepped up the pan here, or a Dutch oven, with the olive oil and the butter. So we have our flour, we have the pan, and we have a plate with some paper towel where we are going to put the finished cutlets. You just lightly coat it. It's gonna go in here, then in there when it's ready, and then there. You want at least a few minutes on each side. Look at that! And here are the last of the cutlets. Look at that. Now, these are all done. Let's add in the garlic. I added the mushrooms and the capers, and I squeezed the rest of the lemon juice out, and we're gonna let the mushrooms cook down. The mushrooms are not a traditional part of the chicken piccata, but I love them, like I said, and so does the hubby, so in they go. Yes, he does. In case you don't know, when you add any kind of a liquid to a pan that has cooked residue on it, whether it's from flour, whether it's from chicken, whatever, what's on the pan is going to come up and become a part of what you added in. That's called deglazing. Chicken's finished cooking, but it's now going to add its own flavor and thickness to the sauce because of the flour that the breading has been made with. Parsley, I left a little bit just so I could garnish the dinner when it's done. As you can see, the sauce really has reduced down, which is what we want. And we're also going to add a few more lemon slices in here to finish it off, and the hubby is slicing them up as we speak, aren't you? Yeah. And the water is heating up, and once the pasta is done, oh, there you go. Thank you. Perfect. We're going to leave those in there, and then the rest of the slices, we're going to have 1 or 2 on our plates. I almost got it. The final part is to fill up the plate with the pasta and put the sauce and the meat on top, and then to garnish it. There you have it. Okay, here goes. Ow. Holy mother effing cannoli. Wow. I'm going to show you guys a yoga technique which will help to calm you down and relax you. So I did show you the standing version of this, but this is a seated version. What you want to do is have your head below your heart, because what that is going to do is that is going to reverse the flow of blood in your body. And also what it's going to do is it's going to calm your nervous system down. So what you will do is have a seat, and what you're then going to do is you're going to lower your head down below your heart. So you know, obviously you want to make sure that you're stable. So make sure that you know, you're grounded in your seat, but you are going to have your head upside down for about a good 30 seconds or 10 breaths, whatever that happens to be. So if you're having a really rough day, you're feeling all out of sorts, if you're at work, go into the restroom, sit down in one of the toilet stalls, and lower your head. What you're then going to do is, this is important, roll back up slowly. You don't want to dart back up. That's not good. Have your head be the last to lift. And once it does, keep your eyes closed. Feel blood descending in your head. Get centered and flutter your eyes open. Your stress level will be so much lower. Your head is going to be more clear, and you're going to feel more at ease with what is going on. It's kind of a way to reset your nervous system. And of course, you can do this the standing way, but it might be easier for you to sit, and that's absolutely fine. The other thing you can do, by the way, is you're going to be on the floor, and what you will do is you're going to lay down and you're going to have your legs suspended up in the air. You can have them propped up against a wall, or you can put your hands to your low back and lift them up. And what you'll do is you'll do this for about a good 30 seconds or so. And then what you do is lower the feet down, remove your hands, move to your side, and then come back up. So those two things that you can do, well, actually three things, because you can do it from a standing position. So you are once again reversing the flow of blood, and you are triggering off your Hello guys. I want to just talk to you guys about a writer who I absolutely love. His name is Eckhart Tolle, and I've mentioned his name once or twice in previous episodes, but he's best known for writing two books, The Power of Now, A New Earth, as well as a little one called Stillness Speaks. And the philosophy is mainly mindfulness. It's about knowing how to live in this moment and yet still function in the world. I learned about him through watching Oprah. This was way back in 2008 when she was captivated by both of his books. And with A New Earth, which has 10 chapters, she did a webinar, one chapter per week, where through Skype she would have readers call in and asking all kinds of questions. Unfortunately, the webcast can't be viewed on YouTube anymore, at least not all 10 chapters. I think you may have to go and subscribe to the Oprah Winfrey Network OWN in order to watch them. But it's such an enlightening concept. And it really is very representative of what a lot of spiritual texts tend to say. It's all about how you don't let your mind take over, and that you live really through presence, and you live through that consistent state of mindfulness. The default for most of us is to live in the head and to have to really have the universe wake us up through, misfortunes, through loss, to basically align us with the here and now, so that we can evolve and become better people, and our spirits can evolve as well. He teaches you a couple of techniques. Listening to your breath, which is an age-old trick. Also feeling life within your body. For example, hold up your hand and then you close your eyes and you ask yourself the question, can you feel your hand there? Without touching anything and without moving your hand, can you feel the energy in your hand? If you can, you are going to notice a subtle vibration within, and it's a really simple technique, but if you can get that down, you can also start to feel other parts of your body. For example, I'm sitting here talking to you right now, and at the same time, I can feel both of my hands glowing. I can feel the energy in my feet. I can feel it in my face, even in my lips. And if you've never practiced inner body awareness before, this may not make a lot of sense, but trust me, once you start to practice it, it's a powerful meditation technique. It really is. And, it also leads you to start noticing really all of your senses. It is about taking your attention out of that mind. The mind, we're talking about voice in the head, tells you things that, are not true, saying things like I shouldn't be bald, It takes you out of that mind and really into the present moment. Does that mean that you sit on a mountaintop and drool, as Byron Katie would say? No, it means that you're even more so in the moment, and you are even more in the flow of what you need to do. So that's just an example of some of the jewels that are in his books. It basically teaches you a beautiful philosophy that really opens you up to life. These books are not religious in any way. They are spiritual. And if anything, it helps to bring presence and awareness even into whatever religious practice you may have. For example, you're praying, and because you are really in a state of mindfulness, you're clear enough to really feel that spirit flowing through you. And with meditation, whether it's breathing, whether it's inner body awareness, Shirley MacLaine says that when you pray, you're talking to God. When you're meditating, you're listening for God talking back to you. So, and like I've said previously, I'm not a super religious kind of guy. I am someone who prefers to live in a state of mindfulness, because that's where I can feel the presence of spirit, however you choose to define it. And I wanted to share that.
Bye.